Hi, we're Schmo Money, and this is the mock-up of our pacing system.
And I press play with the remote.
And it's gonna do a countdown, and then buzz on go, and then supposedly I'm running to point A, and then to point B, and then it will display on the LCD how much time it took to get to point A and how much time it took to point B, and then the total time, as you can see. And on our serial monitors, you can see it's also displayed on our serial monitors and on that one. So for Arduino A, do you want to explain?
Yeah, so how this works, we have an ultrasonic sensor right here, and we have our Arduino 1 and Arduino 2 connected together, wired with these two wires to ground, and TX and RX with our digital pins. But we have the receiver for the remote, the buzzer, and the light to blink and count down. And then we also have the LCD over here and another ultrasonic sensor for the point B. And then for our code, so yeah.
This is for Arduino A.
Yeah, we have, the pins and then all the declarations. Yeah, in our void loop, we see if there's a button pressed from our remote, and that's what starts our countdown. And we have a function down here for our countdown, and then our detect runner, but it starts that. And then for this one, after it's detected, it sends the time for point A to point B for our Arduinos, and then I just move to point B.
And then for point B, so for the connection to get data from Arduino A to Arduino B, we're using software serial.h, and then we also are including our liquid crystal library for our LCD screen. And then here we're initializing our library with our pins, and then our pins for our ultrasonic sensor. And then again, we're using software serial. So we had to do a physical connection between Arduino A and Arduino B. So the receiver is connected to pin 7, and then the transmitter is connected to pin 8. And this is just for our timing, and then our setup. And then in our loop, we're receiving our data from A, and then this is also, we can read that data. And then here we're calculating, we're just printing on our serial monitor. And then we're recording our time to point B, and then putting that in seconds, and then we're putting that on our serial monitor too. And then here, it's so we can print on our LCD screen. And yeah, and so the other things we want to work on, we want to work on a more wireless connection, because right now this can only use up to small scale pacing with the physical connection. So we want a wireless connection, and we also want to only need either one computer or no computers, and then also a larger scale LED so that there's a brighter start indicator, because right now it counts down, the LED blinks with the countdown and then the buzz goes off, but we think a brighter and bigger light would be better. And then we also want to work on our code to be more precise in timing and figure out if there's a way we can get it even more accurate. And then essentially everything on a larger scale so we can set this up on a track. Yeah. And then maybe include user input, and then display on the LCD if the pace time was met or not, rather than just outputting the real pace times.